That's better. Got my microphone on now. Right, okay. It's the 4th of July and it's Monday. Right, okay. Right, and I'm also on the multiplayer application, and yes, I'm up on my own down here. I don't know where everybody else is. I think everyone's in. Everyone else is probably around Las Vegas, so I'll go down to pick up my trailer and hit you up, and let's bugger off to Las Vegas. But this is the new air suspension feature, so I can just load the back end down. Go under about that. As you can see, I've now picked up the trailer into first. Handbrake on. Brakes on. So, where can we go today on this lovely Independence Day afternoon? So, let's set up a job. I'm in Fort Collins, so Farmers Barn's just over the road. Go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Las Vegas, 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 Las Vegas, where are you? Las Vegas, Nevada, aircraft engine. Let's have a look. Use own trailer. Beverages, dried fruit, fertilizer, flour, frozen foods, frozen veg, meat. And it's going to the Farmer's Barn, which is just over the road, and it's going to Eddie's. Right, so there's my load done. My load is now dispatched, so I can turn off, turn off. See if I can adjust my trailer. No, I can't adjust my trailer. Mind you, I need the axles forwards anyway for weight distribution. Normally I do tend to run them all the way back, but for now I can stick them forward. So I mean, my personal preference for these trailers is towards the back. There it is. Okay, right then. So, why on earth do the Americans celebrate Independence Day? Quite simply, they kicked our ass. They kicked our butt. Back in the, I think it was the 1700s, I think it was. America was ruled by England. It was known as the colony. And they were getting a little bit annoyed about having to pay taxes to the English. So they got a bit pissed off and they had a little bit of a war. And we lost. Quite frankly, we lost. So when we lost the war, basically the Americans are going, we've got to go our own way now, freedom. And so, they did. Now, what would America look like if they were still ruled by the United Kingdom? To be honest, I think America would be ruling us by now. We will become the lesser party and basically, well, so we got now to run down to Las Vegas. Now, whether we'll see anybody around, because this is multiplayer and there's only 160 players on the server, so it's relatively quiet. There's hardly anybody about. I mean, over in Euro Truck there's probably a couple of thousand people on the server, but you know. Oh yeah, I'll need to add a couple of buttons as well to put my stereo on there. So we're now going to have a nice quiet drive, 55 mile an hour all the way. Oh! Well, that was clever. I'll just go down here. Donk! Bollocks. Wow, 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 wow. That's what happens, folks, when you take your barriers off. Oops-a-daisy. Right, okay. Truck configuration. Well, whilst I'm here, I will change my paint scheme to, where is it now? There we are. All matching now. Now, there used to be a program on TV called Tropical Heat, set in Rallye, which was actually filmed in South Africa. Rallye is a fictitious part of the Florida Keys. And this paint scheme just reminds me so much of that. Right, radio, dashboard, map, display mode, joy 2, right, okay. Where's my radio? Insert. Next favourite. Last favourite. Volume up, volume down. Right, let's see if we can actually get out of Fort Collins this time without actually hitting anything. God, man, that does look nice. Sure no way's coming. All good that way, all good that way. We pull out of here and we get onto that. And we go this way. Right, let's pay attention to the GPS this time. Because I don't want to hit all those bloody barriers. Donk! because when you hit them, they hurt. But quite how on earth I can damage frozen meat? Probably pallets come over or something in the back. Speed, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Now, I did do from the Steam Workshop a skin for PT awareness. However, if any of you are watching this and you wondered why your skin has disappeared, I am sorry. The owner of the truck wanted the skin to remain private, which is fair enough. So we're now leaving Fort Collins. Destination is Las Vegas. And we go down basically that way. That's where we're going. Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, Donut Planet. I swear that's a reference for Dunkin' Donuts. Evening, trucker. Have a good one. Cruise control's now set. Yeah, 75 mile an hour for a truck on a road like this is bloody crazy. 75 mile an hour on a truck is bloody crazy. No wonder the Americans have so many blowouts. Well, this is the new Freightliner Cascadia 2020 model. It's quite a new one. It's only got a few thousand kilometers, a few thousand miles on it. Now, unfortunately, my copyright-free music, unfortunately, ain't not very American. This guy game by the name of Patrick Patrikos. I would like some copyright-free country and western music, but I don't think there is any. I'm pretty sure that's the likes of Kenny Rogers, a record company, and Southern Raised Bluegrass. I think they would want some royalties off me if I started playing their music, so I ain't gonna fight with a record label. I'll probably lose. And I have no intention of fighting record labels. It's never a good thing to do. I'm pretty sure that the suspension reset is still active on this one. I'll find this. Yeah, it's not doing anything, so I need to change that if I want to adopt the Brazilian. Hello, welcome to my channel. If I want to adopt a Brazilian style, well, I don't see the point of driving a truck with a truck that loads of them, sniffing the floor. Never a good thing. Bits tend to break. But there is a way to get out of Fort Collins and nearby. There's a national park, but it's not a commercial truck route, so you can't really go through that. It tells you, turn around. It's not a legal road for trucks. But not that much, because I don't think we're going that way today. We are heading sort of southwest. Now, if I was playing this in single player, I would ramp the traffic up. But yeah, it's. But as somebody who in 2006, I went to South Carolina for a holiday, and you get out of town even during the daytime, the roads, the interstates are, they were busy, but not on the same level of business as the M6. I saw a video on Facebook as well. It was a truck, it was going through a tunnel, and somewhere in New York, yeah, it's the tunnel, the truck was 13'6", the tunnel was 13'6.5", 13'7". You probably couldn't actually get a pack of cigarettes on the top of the truck without it being squished. That's how close it was. So we're coming down here, the retarder's doing its job. Just holding us back just nicely. Trucks need to come down to 35. suppose the idea of having the speed limit this low for trucks is to prevent a runaway. That's the first obstacle out of the way. The Eisenhower grade. You know, we're heading in towards Nevada. I think we're in Colorado at the moment. We have then got Utah, I think it is, to get across. And then, yeah, we've got Utah to cross. And then Las Vegas. Because Las Vegas is very close to the border with Arizona and obviously Utah. And then all the things as well that's happened this week. I was at Truck Fest on the weekend. Didn't take any pictures, video. Took some photos there. I've yet to go through them all and see what the best of them is. Stick them on to online. Still got the SD card out of my other computer. So. But right now in the United States, I've got a feeling that there are going to be fireworks going off in a few hours' time. As people sort of like celebrate their independence. Nobody is working today in the United States unless it's a vital job, because it's a national holiday over there. Wow, this is a lovely road. Apparently over in Eurotruck as well, we are getting 145. Yeah, they've only just released 144, now they're giving us 145. We're getting the reskin of Hanover, which I think we might be getting the Chrome Factory. Which would be great, you know. pick up a bloody trailer to be delivered to the Chrome factory. And the other thing is, like a brand new reefer. Refrigerated trailer going to Transinet. Actually fully liveried up. That'd be great. Because I used to work at Donberg Trailers. And we deliver trailers to the customer, you know, they'd be fully spec'd out. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it to 5 miles, cruise control smart step to 5 miles an hour. So, right, options, quickly set it to gameplay. Because at the moment it's there. Actually, yeah. 5 km/mph. There we go. Shouldn't take us too long. Now we can get rolling again. Yeah, let's dial in now. I can set it to 55 and click it up again to 65. Job done. So now we've got our cruise control dialed in at 50, so we're on that steady drive now. Still got plenty of time to get there. 31 hours to do the run, so. Well, apparently Lake Mead on the edge of Nevada, behind the Hoover Dam, is drying up. It's empty. Which means the hydroelectric plant that is there on the Colorado River is going to be pretty much useless now. Over the limit. No, I'm sober and I'm doing 50 and a 65. Yeah, I'm well under the limit, thank you very much. Well, apparently we've got, I don't think we've got any new trucks coming in. I think what we see is what we've got right now. No. I hope we do get to see some people around, because it's going to be pretty damn boring driving down here with that. There's nobody else about. I bet everyone's around California and Nevada area. Now these hood mirrors on the Cascadia, there, yep, it is Aussie, it is a good night. Well, not particularly night, yeah, it's still daytime. But I'm driving towards Las Vegas. Just going through Grand Junction at the moment. Probably no, because this used to be a railway town, I think. Well, there's one big truck stop over there. I will need fuel in probably the next one. So just pull over here, go in, grab some gas, grab some diesel fuel. Down there, all good. Hello Atomic, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for the safe travels. Yeah, you have a good one too. Hello, life on two wheels. How you doing? You caught me just as I'm about to park up for a moment and go get myself a cup of coffee. Hell, I am at a truck stop, so I might as well get myself a cup of coffee. Right, there we are. It's coffee time. Getting some rest. Right, there we are. Reset myself my rest. I will be back in a moment. What, their prices? You can pay. I'll get it, but you can pay. So we'll be back in a moment. I'm back. I need to add to my stream software a little thing in the middle is grab a coffee. Coffee time. Well, this is my ride, my lovely Cascadia. Wearing Goodyear tyres all the way round. Not a bad truck. It's probably one of the better looking of the trucks in American Truck Sim. Very modern, very aerodynamic and very slippery. Yeah, I've decided to go with a completely naked trailer. My other trailers I've got in this figure insulated. Yeah, 48 foot. I might actually make that a 53 foot. I mean, that's what America tends to run, you know. 53 foot van. Now, if you're in California, you've got to have side skirts. Because the Californians are funny like that. I suppose you could get away with having that on them, I suppose. I mean, if you're Canadian, you've got that option, you know, which I think looks the better. The two Goodyear, what are these lights? Yeah, Goodyear LHT. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I've got obviously my container carrier, which now needs to be white. I've got my low boy, which I don't normally use, but it is handy to have if I'm doing a heavy size event. But apparently it's an absolute twat to reverse. Does not reverse very well at all. Good job you're not refusing it in the UK. Don't you mean using it in the UK or? I mean, oh yeah, I know. I used to work at DHL in Burton-on-Trent, and for me to get to work, I had a Vauxhall Vectra, and I was getting through about 70 litres. The car held around about 65, 70 litres of fuel. I was getting through a full tank a week. You know, if I was there now, I would be seriously having to consider quitting my job. Because for what I was earning, it would all be going into the fuel tank. And that's no way to live. They say, yeah, it's COVID, oh, it's Ukraine. No, it isn't. It's just fucking greed. Yeah, the war in Ukraine has got nothing to do with the price of diesel fuel. COVID has got nothing to do with the price of diesel fuel. No, it's just greed. I mean, if you drive, you know, whatever you buy, whatever you wear, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever you play with, whatever your son or daughter plays with, be it a toy car, be it a scale electric set, be it a Barbie doll, be it a football, whatever you eat, your chicken legs, your vegetables, your potatoes, whatever you wear, your jeans, your hoodies, it all gets brought to the shop or the warehouse, it's on Amazon, in a lorry, a 40-ton truck. Yeah, so if the price of diesel goes up, everything goes up. Because the farmers use red diesel for their tractors. Because it's duty free, because you don't use it on the road. But that has to be delivered to them. Thank you. I got the bypass. Yeah. The fertiliser that they put on the ground, that gets delivered by truck. You can see where this is probably going, can't you? Yeah, and that affects everything. You know, even down to the price of the railway ticket, because the fuel gets brought to the train stations on trucks. You know, the catering gets brought to the railway station, to the train warehouses on trucks. I've got a t-shirt and it sums up the industry. Absolutely perfect. Without trucks, you'd be cold, homeless, naked, and hungry. Yeah, France hasn't got this problem. Norway hasn't got this problem. We've got the most expensive fuel in Europe. And we've also got a government that doesn't give a fuck. Because they're full of millionaires. Well, I was talking to one guy who mentioned... Yeah, it's like one Tory MP. Oh well, we didn't have food banks 10 years ago. He says that as if that's a good thing. We didn't have food banks 10 years ago because we didn't need them 10 years ago. A mate of mine's got bikes. He's got a Motor Guzzi. He's got a Speed Triple and a Zontes. Oh, and he's got a Mini convertible. His Motor Guzzi is nice. It is bright orange. Remember the Tango adverts on TV? Where it was like a really bright orange. You know, an orange that could be like pretty much you stick it in space and you can see the damn thing. Yeah, it's that colour. Not orange, but orange! Oh, his Zontes is orange as well. Yeah, it's the same orange as high visibility vests that you can get. You can't miss it. Oh, and it sounds gorgeous. Hello, Fluff. How you doing? I've only met one other coming road user today, so we'll see what we get when we get to Nevada. That's the trouble with ATS. It's very little in the way of traffic. You're pretty much driving on your own. MT, Yamaha. And obviously GS1250, that's BMW, is that? So I don't particularly know my bikes. But I think if I were to have a bike, I'll probably wait a few years and wait for them to come electric. Interacting and crashing, girlfriend. Yeah, I do tend to talk to my viewers. And the cruise control didn't go off. Hey. Yeah, I also as well do chuck up some single player content from time to time as well. Just keep your eyes out for that. Well, the thing is though, that crash never happened. That crash didn't happen. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. That's because I was watching the screen and not where I was going. I should know better than TMP admin. Now we got 180 back. I mean, most of my streams are Euro Truck on Pro Mods, but with this obviously being 4th of July, I've got ATS. Look, sod it, I'll stream ATS. Yeah, got Black Dragon Junior as well. Oh, nice Vista up here. Thing is though, Fluffs, I've had like yeah, I just come here, tap. 70% damage? Like, what? And other times it's like BANG! 1%. It's crazy. The damage physics in this game are absolutely they're weird. Yeah, you can tap somebody and you go flying. Which has happened to me before. You know, someone spawns inside you. Poof! Bye! Well, I mean, just look at that. I can't wait for as well for Montana or Texas. I think Montana's coming out next. Then it's Texas. We've got the Balkans as well coming through. Heart of Russia's been cancelled. There's people saying, oh, when's Russia coming out? Well, it isn't yet. It's too much of a political hot potato. Yeah, it is just a game. It's a game with quite an addictive following because I actually do this for a living. I drive a bloody Daft Reggie for a living. 26 tonner. Yeah, but it's not. There are worse games to play, and there are more stressful games to play. Call of Duty, ABB, Assetto, Formula 1, UEFA. And then you just got those playing crazy games like Minecraft. Minecraft is one of those simple. I've never actually played. Pretty much life, yeah. There'd be too much backlash against them if they were to release it. And when you're, because rightly or wrongly, it'll be seen, selling like DLC will be seen as being on the side of Russia by many. I mean, yeah, that's how crazy the people are. So they took the economic decision to postpone it indefinitely. Probably come out in a couple of... It probably will get released, but it'll be after all the Ukraine situation has died down. Because what you got to consider, I mean, they're a small software company. If they release it and then all of a sudden everybody boycotts their products, with no products, that's how you got no business. I mean, I think it, yeah, the game is a non-political, so they should sell it. But you know, it's an area, it's a map to drive through. It's got nothing to do with politics. But I can see where they're coming from. Yeah, we're definitely in Utah now. Signs for Salt Lake City. Yeah, it could be. And I reckon the war in Ukraine will probably go on for about another year, I reckon. I mean, they've just taken Lyshansk, and so they've got to have the entire Donbass region sooner or later. Well, it's going to make life very difficult for Russia, because now, yeah, they've already taken out, so like, oh, there's no water in Nikolaev or the Donbass, because they've destroyed all the infrastructure with relentless shelling. So they've only got themselves to blame for that. But the real losers in this will be the with all the sanctions and stuff. Will be the everyday Russian person who you know, the seamstresses, the truck drivers, you know, the Russian civilians. They're the real victims of this, along with the Ukrainians. Because those are the oligarchs. They've got plenty of bloody rubles. It doesn't really matter about them. But sooner or later, Vladimir Putin will be no longer in power. Rumour on the grapevine, he's got cancer. Well, if that's the case, I feel sorry for the cancer. I would have pulled up with him. The trouble is with cancer, he's infected by Vladimir Putin. I mean, the West thought that Vladimir would be somebody they can trust and somebody they can do business with. That was all the charade, all the masquerade, because he was an ex-KGB officer. Deception is part of their game. Yeah, the last, yeah, it is depressing. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I tend to, when I'm driving, I have BBC on at work, because I get fed up with commercial radio, advert, 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 advert. It's got to the point where now there's also a USB stick. But of course, the newspapers as well, they're just as bad. You know, two things that happen. You know, there's a guy who saved some civilians from a burning cinema. Yeah, he saved 100 civilians from a burning cinema. That's one headline. But then, on the flip side, Russians hit cinema with 100 people inside. Which is going to sell them more papers. Yeah, I don't buy the papers. But there's a lot of sensationalism going on within the media, which doesn't help. That's half the problem. You know, oh, there's a snowstorm coming as well in, what's it? Deadly snowstorm on the way! Or it's going to be a warm summer. Deadly heat wave on the way! Really, it's just a warm week. It's just crazy. But, you know, these are the times that we live in. I suppose you have to grin and bear it. You know, it's like Russia isn't going to attack Norway. They're not going to attack Poland, at least not yet. You know, they aren't going to have a swipe at Estonia, Latvia, because, yeah, Article 5, which is an attack on one is an attack on all. And I think Vladimir, he knows that. So I don't think he's 80 miles an hour in a truck. Are you serious? I don't think Vladimir is quite so stupid. He wants the Donbass because he wants basically to put every Russian speaker should be in Russia. And he's got a legacy he wants to leave behind. But I think once that's gone, I mean, the thing is, I reckon if this goes really badly for Russia, there's going to be a coup in Russia. The army will seize power. They tried it with Mikhail Gorbachev. They tried it with Boris Yeltsin, I think. And I think it'll be that will be the case. Because as a military power right now, Russia, they are struggling. They've got one aircraft carrier, the Admiral Kuznetsov. It's not in a good condition. So they can't use it. It was having a refit, it caught fire. Yeah, their equipment is really out of date. Yeah, so that is going to cause problems. I mean, if they were to go a tank versus tank battle, yeah, T-75 versus an M1 Abrams, a Leopard or a Challenger, I would not like to be in the T-75. They have a habit of launching their turrets into space. Which, yeah, is not very good. I mean, yeah, they've got large amounts of firepower, and they're having to use artillery and long-range missiles because they can't get their superiority. Yet, on paper, they should have walked. On paper, their army is huge. So all kudos to Ukraine for holding up as long as they have. Yeah, it's... But you've got to ask yourself, why on earth has an army, a military, the size of Russia, having so much trouble? Their equipment is so decrepit. Yeah, okay, the Su-27 family, the Su-35 family, they are fantastic fighter planes. You know, the MiG-29, cracking piece of kit. If it's in working order, which appears to be that much of their military are not in working order. And I think that's probably why he's struggling as much as he is. But you know, these things come to pass, and they will pass. Whether people look at Russia in the same way again is another matter. But on the other hand, when it comes to map DLCs, Pro Mods have taken over the Great Steppe. So they will need to add in a good portion of Russia, the bottom end by the Caspian over to the stands. Yeah, they are fighting over nothing. It's one man's belief that Ukraine should be part of Russia. One man's belief because that's how he remembers Russia. When Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Azerbaijan, Armenia, they were all part of the Soviet Union, and that's what he remembers. That's what it was when he was born. And when he dies, that's what he wants. I think he's launched this because, yeah, he's not got many days left. Although, a neighbour of mine had cancer, and he went on for fucking years. My auntie died of cancer about 15 years ago, breast cancer. She went on for years with this lump in the breast. So, and she never got treatment for it because it was one of those days. She was of that generation where, oh, you don't talk about your intimate bits to anybody. Yay, bypass. And so this could mean that Vladimir Putin, he could go tomorrow, he could go in a month, or he can go in 5-10 years time. I mean, he's not young. I think he's 60 odd, maybe 70. You know, he's not young by any standards. And that is the legacy he wants to leave, because he remembers the Soviet Union. And that's what he wants. That's what he wants to return to. Because back when it was Russia, yeah, it was a country to respect. They had respect on the world stage. Yeah, he's got cancer or Parkinson's disease, not looking very good. Yeah, and the world's largest aircraft, the Antonov 225 Mriya Dream, was built by the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, the same Soviet Union destroyed that aircraft at Hostomel when they launched their strike. Yeah, hopefully soon as again. Yeah, the thing is, who's lurking in the shadows? That's what you gotta be careful of. I reckon somebody from their inner circle will probably have a pop at him. I mean, if you watch him in his meetings and stuff, there's like him at the top of his table, and there's like 20-30 foot of table, and the people is like, is at the other end. Yeah, he uses a lot of video lengths and stuff. I wonder why. Compromised immune system, fear. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, going back to the Soviet Union, the world's fastest airliner wasn't Concorde. It was a Tupolev Tu-144, though not by much. It was also the first supersonic passenger aircraft to enter service by about a couple of months. Although it had a habit of falling out of the sky. They found that out at Paris. Never a good thing. The first man in space, Yuri Gagarin, Soviet. The first woman in space, Valentina Tereshkova, Russian. The first lunar probe, Russian. The first probe to land on a planet that is not Earth. I think it was Venus. Russian. I think the first Martian probe was also Russian. The first satellite, artificial satellite, Sputnik, was Russian. So Russia had a lot of greats. And I think that's where, because that's what he remembers, that's what he wants to be. The world has moved on. Russia is no longer the great power that Vladimir Putin thinks it is. You know, they had a huge navy. It was the second most powerful navy in the world, behind the Americans. You know, other sources say it was probably the most powerful navy in the world. Yeah. But again, lack of military funding has depleted that. We used to have one of the biggest navies in the world in terms of our size. Now if the Argentinians were to walk onto the Falkland Islands, we'd have a trouble kicking them back off. So let's hope that never happens. And I think that's where he's trying to go. Maybe, yeah. But the way to achieve greatness right now in the world is with soft power. And I think China is also one to watch with regards to Taiwan. Because if China thinks that they can get away with it, they might have a swipe at Taiwan. And China's got a huge military. And it's in a better state than the Russian military. With I think it's 2 billion people. That's a big country. And if they were to bring out general mobilization, that could give the Americans something to worry about. So let's hope the dragon stays sleeping. But yeah, going back to what I was on about with Heart of Russia. Eventually, I think we will get Heart of Russia. We will get the steps for Pro Mods. And I was watching, I think it's on Real Life Law. Something like that. Hey, don't knock the Scots. The Scots will whack you with their spoilers on the kilts. And they might go for independence as well soon, next year. Nicola Sturgeon has mentioned that, but yeah, I was watching the videos like, how far can you actually drive on land? And the theory was that you can take like the Pan American Highway from the Tierra del Fuego up to Alaska. The only trouble is there's a particular section in the middle of I think it's in Mexico or just south of Mexico, where there's no roads, so you can't drive all the way up. So that kind of rules out American South. Well, what about Africa to Europe? There's some road connection that kind of rules that out. But there is a road, provided that you've got border permits in place. You can drive from the Atlantic coast of Portugal to the North Korean border. I don't quite know what the actual distance of that route is, but it's a long one. And it basically takes you through Europe up to Russia, through Russia, across the steppes towards the stands, around the top of the former Soviet stands, down around near China, towards Vladivostok. Then down towards the actual border with North Korea. And provided you got your papers sorted out, you can do it. If you've actually got your papers sorted out and the correct visas, if North Korea wasn't quite such a strange place, you could actually drive all the way to Seoul. Now, a couple of years ago, I was reading an article. Yeah, let me just have a look at it on Google. see if I can find the article. Ah, fuck that up, didn't I? It's an interesting video. Stop this a second. Open up another YouTube video. YouTube. World will play after the adverts. Just when you want an advert to... Oh, come on. Bloody things. Video URL. There you are. It's not too bad. I actually drive a rigid at work, so I don't have to deal with bendy things. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, because it only took one correction, or maybe two. Yeah, if you watch that video I've just linked up, it'll take you to like the world's longest distance. It's like, there we are. Ideally, like a box could do being a little bit closer because where are we? Where are we? Yeah. No, it's in the box, so I'll enter that. Good work. Yeah, that's because I hit the barrier. Used packaging. 30 tons of used, 15 tons of used packaging. Too far for tonight's stream. New Mexico, Arizona, Cape Verde. I'll take that one. Some pallets. Yeah, ideally, the backing should take me to there, with the ability then to dump the suspension out the trailer. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. So what I've got now, I've got the ability to I can drive it like that if I so decide now. But if I'm going down the Bellingham Trail, I can lift the truck up like that so I don't smack the front end. But if I want to get under a what's it trailer, I can drop it down like that and go underneath it. Get underneath it, pick it up. Although, that's way too quick. Even for 19 scale time. Go down to it. Where is everybody? Yeah, there's 127 people on the server. Las Vegas is usually busy. There's a huge truck stop in Vegas, which people there should be on my tab, but they're not. I don't know where everybody is. It's pretty bloody empty. Yeah, so this will take us to here, and I'll probably call it a night at that. And go have a look, do some moderating. The things I have to do. Yeah, it's possible. Self-isolating with the Budweiser. After all, it is the 4th of July. I gotta have myself a Budweiser. Gotta get rid of this goddamn coronavirus. I passed my class 2 just before lockdown in 2020. But because I wasn't working, I wasn't allowed to go out, but I was stuck inside in front of my computer for 3 months. God, that was awful. That really was torture. Should take us about 4 in-game hours to get there, so shouldn't take us too long. And there will be a Friday or maybe a Saturday, certainly got to be a Saturday stream. Yeah. My actual copy of Euro Truck Simulator 2 was actually on for about 2 of all that 3 months I was in front of my computer. Of that 3 months, if you were to add the computer was actually turned on for 2 months. Just leave the game running. Hop out my seat, hop into bed, just leave the computer running. Or occasionally I'll be actually slept. Yeah, I'll be sleeping here. Oh yeah, it did drive me insane. Because my computer was originally down a friend's house. I had to go recover it. So, brought it home, plugged it back in, set it all up again. And that kind of, if I didn't have the computer, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing. I do like to have some kind of let out. And despite the fact that I drive trucks, ETS2 is my let out. Because I can do things in that I can't do in real life. Because if I did, I'll probably get into a lot of trouble for. You get held up by farm tracks and truck, fucking caravan, bang! Can't do that in real life. But as much as I'd love to. I think that's one of the things that people forget about. Yeah. Lockdown caused a lot of mental health issues. Because people who are used to going down to the pub and just having a social, just can't do that. Will it or won't it? Wait, no way! No way! I remember doing a trip from Bellingham to Hobbs. Every way station. In you go. We want to see you. Every bloody way station. Yeah, lucky. I wish I was as well, but obviously I've got my mother downstairs who's in the vulnerable group. I've been doing some work for Dunelm. I was going to people's houses and I thought, hang on. I don't want to pick it up and give it to my mother. So driver hire quietly dropped. Doesn't matter, I mean, I got to take on with Samarco. Started there, driving a 7.5 tonner. Then one of their, he needs a fill a class 2 roll. And he was ringing around, I can't get a class 2 driver. He goes, I was stuck my head through the window, he goes, I've just passed me class 2. I'll do it. So he swapped me onto class 2, the 7.5. I've been doing class 2 work ever since. I mean, I don't look back. I mean, I've got a nice 71 plate DAF, which is nice. Well, hey, have a safe drive. I've been on here 2 hours, you're only the second driver I've seen. Yeah, I can imagine. Everyone's staying indoors. I mean, with COVID, I mean, I'm not frightened of it. I don't want it, but I've been vaccinated, so I shouldn't really be worried by it. And the job that we do, we're a low risk group anyway, so I mean, not frightened of COVID. I mean, because if I get it, there's not a lot I can do about it. You know, so why be scared of it? Do what you can to minimise your exposure. But I think part of the problem, we live in too sterile a world. So our immune system has become lazy. You know, so what was, 10, 15 years ago, a minor inconvenience, why is that? Because of your job or just other medical? Because, 10 years ago, what would be like a minor inconvenience? In 5 years' time, the way that we're going could be downright deadly. And I think COVID is starting to creep into that area. And that's the problem. Oh, are you the blood runner? I think one of the people who followed my viewers is a blood runner, a blood biker. I mean, even as a motorcyclist, you've got some protection. Because you've got the ultimate ventilation. I was actually working for the NHS. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I class that as a key worker. You're part of the important group. I mean, and everyone's sort of like praising for key workers. Truckers were key workers. But when the lockdown came and we were back on the roads again, we became hated again. I'll tell you what, if we start working, you soon know about it. with the volunteers as well, how do they go on with insurance? Because they are using it for a using their motorbike for a non-personal. You don't have to take it to, if to say a major incident, such as a train crash, let's say. It was like, so 999, the Virgin the 1215 Express from Birmingham to Milton Keynes has come off the line, just south of Birmingham. Of the Licky Bank, we need assistance, so everybody turns up. Air ambulances there, paramedics are there. Do you guys get called? Like, yeah, can you bring blood to the Birmingham train crash? We need a shitload of blood. Or do you just take it to the hospitals? I was imagine as well, being paramedic, how do they go on PTSD? Because the things that they must see. The last major one would have been like the one of the various bloody stabbing incidents, or 7/7. Being a first responder on 7/7, he's in a couple of days' time. Or first responder at the Ariana Grande concert. Bloody hell. No thank you. I would not want those kind of memories. Yeah. Must be horrible. Bloody hell. Although I think we haven't really had any major incidents that require that kind of I think the last one probably would have been the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester. I forgot. 25 miles is a nice short trip, actually. Now, somewhere there's actually a town on here with a population of 1. Yeah, it's Euro Truck. An American truck. I mean, they're the same basic game as well, which although I think the marketing strategy for American truck is somewhat different. Every state's a different DLC. I mean, I have also got 18 wheels of steel hauling, and the graphics in that, oh my god. Got to be advanced. Alright, so you have your own insurance for your own personal miles, but when you're doing blood miles, it's on their insurance. That's clever. I'll take it the advanced courses because obviously you've got blue lights. Yeah, it's. I mean, a mate of mine thought about doing it, but he decided against it. This is actually the same prefab you might recognise for Ragnar Logistics or Reno Logistics in Scandinavia DLC. It's the same prefab. It's the same actual building. All he does is change the sign, but it's the same building. It's like the No Foods and Eddie's. Yeah, same building. Back down here. Oh yeah, I remember when I was coming out, I used to work at JCB as a line feeder for one of our suppliers. I was coming home one day, and you talking to the roundabout where the McDonald's is. Police bikers stopping everybody getting out. What the fuck's going on here, like? And you know, waving traffic along that roundabout, and all they run. Next year, 2 trucks go blasting past. They took that roundabout pretty damn quick. There was 3 Scoobies, 4 Outriders at the front, not about 2 Outriders behind and another Scooby behind. In full livery. There was unmarked as well. Radioactive. 2 trucks going through there. Like, what the fuck's going on here? That was not nuclear fuel. That was nuclear weapons, I think. Tibbits or Wally Birds. I think I'll get to Walmart's. But on the flip side, I mean, I went to Asian nuclear plants for a tour. That's interesting. And when they actually have their fuel delivered to them, it turns up in a plain wagon, not marked up. Doesn't say anything like nuclear bloody what's it on the side, just a plain curtain side. Yeah, it has an escort, but not much, not a visible one. That surprised me. Well, apparently it was more secure doing it that way than it was with a heavily armed presence. If you got like the heavily armed guards, it attracts unwanted attention. So just stick it in a plain white curtain sider, you become just another truck on the road. Now here's the catch. Well, I wouldn't say a catch, but here's the interesting bit. before they actually put the fuel in the reactors, they inspect it, and they inspect it by hand. Physically handling the fuel rods. Can't do that once it's been in the reactor, but whilst it's just simply just raw enriched uranium, you can do it perfectly safely. There's a photograph of somebody actually holding a fuel pellet in the bare hand. Wow. Apparently it's not dangerous until it actually goes to the reactor, which is nice to know. I mean, when I took my test for my class 2 as well, I think me 7.5 ton work also helped with that, because I got some inkling on how to drive big heavy vehicles. Don't think I'd like to be class 1, at least not yet. I want to get a few more years on class 2 first. Sorry, 22-24. Bit of nice quiet stream actually. I would have preferred it if this server was a little bit more busy. It's dropped off even more. So I think now will be the time to do this trip, put it in the bag, and then call it a night. Well, if you go to my Steam Workshop as well, if you drive Euro Truck, I've chucked a few skins on there. Where the hell I've got 150 players on the server. I mean, we've got the UK server on, or the European server. We don't need it. We do not need it. It'll probably be a good idea to put the server in Iceland, so halfway between the two, equalise the ping. That's the thing as well, with your blood biking as well. Are there anybody who does it on like sports bikes, or is it all like enduro type machines? Because those... Hang on. What's that? Where is it? Yeah, that's probably when the blue lights come on. I mean, some people thrive on the stress, but others less so. The worst motorway in the UK, that's either the M5 or the M6. So the M25 or the M6. In fact, right now, I would probably go for the M6. The M6 is not good. why? Okay, that's probably the milk tank has been sat there now. Staying and baking in the sun. Oh, the M25. Oh, the M20 shite. Yeah. I've experienced the M25. So I've got sports bikes then. Okay. This is going to be interesting. What blindside in here? This one's going to be a blindside jobby, I think. Give me a second. Well, the thing is though, it's really being around London, it's also you've probably got those kind of people on there. Who are intent on causing harm. I mean, if Manchester was the capital, you'd have to say, you know, the M25 would be relatively quiet in that respect. You'd have the M62 and the M60, you know, the Manchester Ring Road. I remember going down to, well, I remember all those other things as well. I was going down to Portsmouth or something, right. I'll circle the M, I'll go down, I'll go past the M25, go that way. Do that on the A3. And 11 o'clock at night, I'm down by Heathrow in a fucking traffic jam. Like, what the fuck's all that about? It was like 11 o'clock at night and a fucking traffic jam by the airport. Jesus Christ. I'll do. You can have it. Let's see what there is. Yeah, Flagstaff. No, that's it. I'll call it a night for that. Yeah. I've got some moderating to do and a couple of other things, so that's it. Time to scoot, time to go do, time to chill out, relax, enjoy. We'll go from there. I'll see you all guys next weekend, well, this weekend even, because I've got a week off work, so I might throw some content as well. Just chuck some couple of random videos up, and we'll go from there. So for now, take care, look after yourself, be safe, and everybody stay cool. It's been great to have you along on this journey, but now's the time for me to park it up for the night and do what I've got to do. So, see you all, hopefully either Friday or Saturday.